All right, we're ready.
Yeah, we have a good amount of attendees. If anybody comes in late, they can just message me. I'll just let them know.
Okay. All right, hi everyone. My name is Eugenio Solis de Obando. I'm gonna put my name there. Okay, and also I'm gonna put my email. If you have any question in the future, okay, feel free to contact me. You can write the question on your email. Okay, send me that question, and if I can answer by email, I'll be glad to answer you. Okay. Also, today we're using a material. Okay, please download the material from here. Okay, I'm gonna copy the link to my Google Drive. Guys, this is the material. I'm gonna put material. Okay, I'm writing this. Okay, on the chat. Okay, I'm gonna put everyone material. There, okay, there is the material. I'm gonna put also my name and my email is there. Okay, I just put on the chat, please, if you can download the material. If you want to follow me along, okay, you can do it. But if my pace is a little fast, because there are a lot to cover today, okay, if that is a little fast, okay, we're going to record this session today, and then you can watch the video after that, okay? But from there, you can download the material if you want to follow me, okay? I'm going to talk a little bit about InDesign and what you can do with it InDesign and what is the difference between other software and what are your opportunities for InDesign, okay? By the way, I work here at Pace University at the Center for Professional Studies, okay? I teach graphic design, web design, photography, video, all Adobe software. Okay, and also I'm from Chile, by the way, that is my country. And also I work for Adobe. I'm a beta tester there. I review the software before they release. Okay, that is what I do. Okay, let me share my screen, and I am going to talk a little bit about this class and what we do. Okay, I'm gonna start sharing my desktop. Okay, all right. Let me talk a little bit about this. Okay, this is the Center for Professional Studies. Okay, again, this is my name, Eugenio Solis de Bando, and that is my email. I put on the chat if you have any question. Here, I teach a few certificate program and classes at Pace University. We have certificate program in Adobe Web Design, the certificate program in Digital Graphic Design, the dual that you can study graphic design and web design at the same time, okay? And also there I teach many different technologies that I'm going to show you. And also we have the front end web development, okay? If you like to design websites, that is the correct one. All these certificate programs are around between 3 to 6 months, okay? And also we have the certificate program in photography and retouching, okay? But also in addition, we have different workshops in the Photoshop, InDesign, and Illustrator, okay? And this is one of the certificate programs, just to show you what we teach inside. This is the dual certificate program in graphic and web design. We teach, for example, graphic design essential, asset management, all the things that you can learn in the school. Here we teach very concentrated, but we teach everything that you have to do as a graphic designer to train your eye as a graphic designer, okay? Also on the creation and design, which is the second column, okay, we teach how you can create different things. For example, in Photoshop, you can create photo montage. I teach you how to do that. In Illustrator, how you can do logos. In Adobe Premiere, how you can record and edit videos and add sound, okay? It's pretty cool, the things that we do in creation. And then in graphic design and web design, we teach how you can create brochure, magazine, marketing material, collateral material. And in web design, we teach how you can design the web, UX and UI, which is very important nowadays, okay? And then we create different projects in graphic design, high-end project in graphic design, and then a web project in WordPress, HTML, and CSS. You see, that is the idea of one of the programs. And we do many different things. Here is a few things that we do. We do this in graphic design with style scale, logos, and web design. In Photoshop, we create different photo montage like this one. More photo montage with different effects in Photoshop. You can see this is pretty cool, the things that we do there. In Illustrator, we create different logos, okay? And then illustration also we do in Illustrator. and data visualization in design, brochure, and different multiple pages magazines, okay? In XD, we create the prototype of apps and also websites, okay? And then at the end, we create responsive web design that is very popular nowadays to create a website that respond to different devices, okay? But today, we're going to concentrate just in design. That is the idea of today, okay? And again, I am going to copy again the material. If you are new on the chat, okay, I'm gonna put there on the chat. Let me go there again. If you want to download the material, okay, there is again, guys. If you want to download, okay. Let me review a little bit the material that I have here. Okay, I have on that material that you're going to download, I have this report, okay? This is the design that we're going to create. I have the InDesign file for your reference. If you open this file, you can see everything that I did, okay? And also about the most important part, what you need now, okay, is just the links. If I double click, I have all these links that I'm going to use. By the way, I download these links, okay, from the website Pexels. Okay, maybe you already know this website, pexel.com, okay? In this website, you can download, in pexel.com, you can download for free images, very high quality images, and is pretty big images, and there are many different images, and you can use for your commercial project as well, okay? And also, I have a spreadsheet here that I create here in Excel, okay? Something pretty simple. And we're going to see how we can import all this material in InDesign. I'm gonna keep this folder open. Okay, let's go to InDesign. We're on the version 2020 of InDesign. I am going to open the final result, okay, to show you how this looks like. Okay, we're going to create this brochure with 4 pages. It's something pretty simple. Okay, let me show you the final result here. I'm gonna zoom on these pages. Okay, and this is the cover, okay, with a fictitious logo of the company name, and then you can see it's very popular, this kind of annual report or brochure that they're using diagonal lines and different shapes there. It's very popular nowadays with different corporate colors, okay? On the center page, I'm gonna show you how you can insert text, how you can create paragraph styles, and how you can create data visualization there. Okay, and in addition here on the last page, we're going to just practice, okay? That is the idea. And then I'm gonna show you how you can export this as a PDF, okay? That is the idea, all right. How we can start on this? The first step, I'm going to create a new document. If you have InDesign open, okay, you can create a new document here on the left, or you can go here to the file, new document, which is the same, okay? I'm gonna go there. All right. And here, when you create a new document in this dialog box, okay, what you have to do, you have to select print on this area, okay? And then here I have letter on the left, that is the page that I want to create, okay? And here on the right, okay, remember print, letter, okay? On the right, I am going to change the unit. Okay, I am going to switch this one for inches, because for you maybe it makes more sense to work with inches instead to work with picas. Picas, I use picas all the time when I create magazines and when I create multiple pages brochures or newspapers, because picas is much better to work with text, okay? But in order to understand a little more, I'm gonna select here inches, okay. All right, 8.5 by 11, I'm gonna keep that, it's a little page. Pages, the only thing that I'm going to change here is 4 pages. Okay, I'm gonna scroll down, and columns, I'm gonna do 2 columns on this part, okay? And if I scroll down here, you have the margins. All right, I am going to increase the margin all the way around to 1 inch around the margin in order to have more space outside. The idea of the margin, you will put the information inside, and outside the margin, you can put, for example, the page number, a header, or more information about the brochure. I'm sorry?
That's my daughter, Eugenio. Sorry.
Oh, Okay, okay. All right, I thought it was a question from somebody. All right, okay, let's continue. And here I'm gonna put the margins in 1 inch all the way around, okay? And don't worry about the other part, just keep that. Again, look at this, 8.5 by 11, okay? 4 pages is important, okay? 2 columns, margins 1 inch, and you are ready to go. Just select here, create. All right, okay, and now you will see here in your screen, you will see the first page. By the way, if you don't see the same interface, I'm gonna ask you, please, if you can go here on the top right, you have the word essentials, okay? Double check essentials is selected. And I'm gonna select reset essentials, okay? Because if you reset essentials, probably you will see the same workspace than mine, okay? By the way, I'm using the InDesign 2020 version, okay? If you have an older version of InDesign, probably you won't be able to see the properties panel, okay? In that case, what you can do, maybe you will see on the top part, the control bar, which is kind of the same of the properties, okay? I mean, I can go here or I can go to the top. It's not necessary that you open the control bar, guys, okay? Just to let you know, if you don't have the properties here, you can use the control bar on the top, okay? All right, here on the left, we have different tools to do different things, okay? For example, if I show you the final result, here I have a few boxes, okay, that I placed different elements, okay? And let me show you the idea of what I want to do. First, I would like to place a rectangle, which is the rectangle that I have here on the back, okay? This with diagonal lines, and then the one with the image, okay? The first step that I'm going to ask you is select here the rectangle with an X, okay? Here on the left, you have that tool, rectangle frame tool, okay? Also, you can press the key F in your keyboard to automatically select that tool. If you press F, then you will select that tool, okay? Then I am going to create a rectangle here. Okay, I have the rectangle there. And then automatically, as soon you finish, okay, as soon you finish the rectangle, please go back to the first tool, which is the selection tool, okay? Because if you don't go back to the selection tool, you're gonna continue creating rectangles over and over, okay? If you make a mistake, you can undo from the edit menu, you have the undo. All right. What I'm going to do with this, I can stretch this rectangle all the way to the border. Okay, like that. And if you see on the design that I'm doing, I have this shape. Okay, let me show you the shape. I start this shape with a rectangle. Okay, I'm gonna show you here on this part. It was a rectangle. Okay, the only thing that I did, I changed the color of the rectangle. Okay, and then I just shear that rectangle, okay? And I am going to show you how you can do that, of course. Okay, let me do something here pretty quick. It's going to be faster, my computer. Okay, let's continue. I'm gonna put this back here. All right, with this rectangle selected, how you can shear the rectangle, how you can skew that rectangle. What you have to do, you have to select the white arrow, which is the second tool, okay? And with that tool, this is what you have to do, guys. You have to click and drag with the tool, creating a selection with the same tool like what I'm doing now in my screen, okay? You see, I'm gonna click and drag to make a selection, to select just those rectangles there, okay? And if you notice, it's a little difficult to see my screen, but if you notice here, the top left rectangle is light blue and the bottom is light blue, but the one on the right are white. What that means, just the left one are selected, okay? And then what I'm going to do, I'm gonna use my keyboard, okay? Let me show you my keyboard in this moment. And I'm gonna use the up arrow key, this key, to move up that rectangle, okay? All right, that corner. If I start doing this, can you see? You can move up. And if you hold down the shift key, you can go faster. You see, that is the way that you can move that all the way up, okay? Also, you can do manually. I mean, you can just select the rectangle, the anchor at the corner, and then you can drag up as well, okay? But sometimes it's easier to do with the arrows on the keyboard because you can be more accurate, okay? You see, and that is the part of the first rectangle, okay? But this one is a little wider than the other one, okay? It's a little thicker. In that case, what I'm going to do is this. Look at my screen, guys. Here. Okay. I am going to select this corner. Can you see? You can select like this, click and drag to select that one. I'm gonna hold on the shift and I'm gonna select this corner also. In that case, I have this one selected and that one selected, and I can move down. You can see, and now it's thicker. You can go up and down like this because this one, it was a little more thicker than the, okay? And I'm gonna move a little down, all right? And now it looks pretty thick, okay? Then colors, how you can colorize that. I'm gonna go here to the fill color, okay? What you have to do is click here on the appearance fill. If you don't see the fill here, probably you will see on the control bar on the top if you're using an older version of InDesign. I'm gonna click here, fill, okay? And then I can go here to different colors that you can apply like this, okay? But instead to do that, I'm gonna select none, and I'm gonna go to the palette, okay? And here on the palette, you can see this spectrum that you can click on different colors, okay? And I'm gonna select something like this. If you don't see this spectrum, guys, what you have to do, click here on the top right and change to CMYK or RGB, okay? You can say like here, CMYK, or you can select RGB, all right? And then you will be able to select a color. Perfect. If you think you are going to use that color pretty often, okay, please do the following. Click here on this icon to open the swatches panel. I am going to stretch the swatches panel down, and I'm gonna click on the plus to create a new swatch. And now you can see the swatch is there and you can reuse in the future. All right, perfect, I'm done, okay? Then go back to the selection tool, please. Okay, this is the top selection tool, the black arrow, and click on the rectangle to select, okay? Because what I would like to do now, I would like to place the image, okay? I'm gonna go back, okay? How you can place that image. First, I would like to have the same rectangle, and I would like to flip, and I would like to place the image inside, okay? The process is this. First, copy and paste this rectangle. You can go here to the edit copy and then edit paste. Okay, and now look at that. I have a second rectangle there. Okay, and I am going to go here to the transform option. Look at this, guys. This rectangle is selected. And I'm gonna go here to the transform options, and I have 3 dots here on the right. Okay, the transform option, and then hit here the 3 dots, and you will see the option flip. Okay, and then you can see how that is flipped. Okay, you can see, and I'm gonna put here on this area, and now we can place an image inside. You see, that is the idea. Okay, I have a question there. So let me do excuse me. Oh, perfect. Okay, that is good. Okay, I'm gonna select this, and I am going, okay, I am going to place an image inside, okay? I am going to place an image inside. How you can place an image inside this rectangle, okay? I'm going here to the file and select the option place. Navigate in your computer to the desktop if you have there, okay? I'm gonna select the annual report folder. I'm gonna go to the links, okay? And here I have the image number 1. And then I can select open, and the image is there, okay? All right, I'm gonna repeat that process because maybe you have a few questions there. I'm gonna delete this and look at this. First step, with the black arrow, select the shape. Second step, on the right, you have the transform panel, and double check on the transform panel, click on the 3 dots, okay? And then you can flip from here. You can see, you can flip the rectangle, okay? But of course, remember to copy paste. What we did first, select the rectangle, edit copy, and then edit paste, okay? And then go to the transform panel and flip it. And then position the rectangle there, go to the file menu, and select the option place. Select the image number 1 and place it. Okay. All right, by the way, the image is flipped, then I'm gonna show you how you can repair that, okay? All right, after you place the image inside, the image is pretty big, and I would like to automatically adjust that image in this rectangle, okay? What you have to do, take a look on the properties panel. All the way down, you have the frame fitting options, okay? And the first icon, if you click on it, automatically you will fit the picture inside, guys, okay? All right, that is what you have to do. And now, how you can flip the picture inside the rectangle, because, you know, it's flipped, okay? What you have to do, guys, is this. Okay, look at this. First, position the mouse over the picture and click on the center. One click on the center. If you click on the center, you will select the image that is inside that polygon, that rectangle that we skewed. Okay, is inside. And that image I'm going to flip. But before you flip, guys, something that is very important, okay? I am going to select the center reference point here, guys. This is very important, okay? Because in order to flip on the same spot, otherwise, if you have one reference point at the corner, okay, what happens if you flip is this. You're gonna flip outside the screen, okay? Don't do that. Select the center reference point and then click here to flip the image inside, and we are done with that. Okay, you see, that is the idea, guys. All right, let's continue. Okay, when you finish this, now I'm gonna place text. Okay, my idea is to place text here because this is the design that I have here, annual report. Okay, in that case, what you have to do if you want to place text, okay, you have to select the text tool, and here I'm gonna create a big text box, something like this, because I'm gonna place text into lines, okay? As soon as you create the text box with the text tool, the type tool, remember, select the type tool and then make a text tool here, put the text tool here and make a text frame like the one that I create. Okay, I'm gonna type here annual report in capital letters. I'm gonna cap locks, annual report. I'm gonna highlight everything, okay? And I'm gonna increase a lot the size. Here is more intuitive for you guys because maybe you already know Microsoft Word. And here on the right, you have the character, okay? And you have different things that you can change, okay? All right, if you hit on the 3 dots, you will see more options, by the way, okay? Like that. All right, look at this, Medium Pro. I'm going to use another font. There are many fonts that you can use here, okay? Just start scrolling. Sometimes I prefer to select a font that I have many different styles. For example, I'm gonna use one font here, the Proxima Nova, for example, okay? And I'm gonna select this Proxima Nova Black, okay? And also I can select, you can see all the Proxima Novas that I have here. I have many different ones. And the one that I use here, I use this one on the top, which is the Proxima Nova Condensed Light. And then I use the Proxima Nova Condensed Bold on the bottom part, okay? By the way, you can import more fonts. There are different websites. For example, one website that I'm going to put here is the font.com, okay? Also, you can go here to the font.google.com. That is another website. Or you can import directly from Adobe, okay? If you select here, okay, you select here, if you open the character, then you have this little cloud that from there, okay, you can see the Activate font that I have from Adobe. Look at all the fonts that I import from Adobe. How you can download? Here, find more. If you hit there, find more, you can see many different fonts here, hundreds of different fonts that you can download directly if you have an Adobe account, okay? But in this case, I'm gonna use that, the Proxima Nova Light, condensed light, okay? That I'm going to start with that one. Oh, I forgot to highlight. First, highlights, okay? And then I'm gonna select Proxima Nova Light, okay? And I'm gonna increase this something pretty big, let's say about 72 points. Okay, from here, the TT, you can select the size. And from the one on the bottom, I'm gonna just change the style. Look at how many styles that I have there. And I'm gonna select, for example, here, the bold, okay? If that is too big, okay, one of the things that I can do, I can select the selection tool and I can stretch a little bit the size of my text frame, okay? Again, guys, if you increase the size, and if the text doesn't fit inside the text frame, what you can do, select the black arrow, and then you will see these handles that you can stretch or you can shrink the size of your text frame, okay? All right, in addition, I would like to tint, okay, the annual report with the same color that I select for the shape that we create here. In that case, what you have to do, okay, you have to select here, you have to click here, okay, select the fill. I'm gonna scroll down and I'm gonna select the same color, okay? And then the one on the top, I can highlight. I'm gonna go from here, I'm gonna click here. And in this case, I can reduce, for example, the tint if you want, for example, different shades of the same color, okay? And you can see now, it looks kind of cool on that, okay? All right, Claudia, by the way, no, you don't have to buy additional font. In the first website that I gave you, thefont.com, that is free for no commercial use. The second one, fonts.google.com, that one is complete free. Oh, is I right? Correct? Yes, it's complete free even for commercial use. And the Adobe one, no, it's free. Everything is free. Today, everything is free, guys, okay? And the fonts that I'm using here are free as well. All right, I'm gonna select all these and I am going to reduce a little bit the space between lines. And you can do here on the right, I have this 86 and I can reduce that space that is more near to the top one. Okay, something like that. And then with the black arrow, I'm gonna reduce the size of my box, okay, and I'm ready to go. Okay, it's kind of the design that I create here, something similar, okay? And then on the lowest part, I'm going to create a new text frame here on this area. Let's say you want to put more content, okay? For example, this is the intro text and goes here. All right, and okay, and then I'm gonna highlight and maybe I'm gonna change for another Proxima. Okay, I'm gonna go because I like to work when I work in corporate, I prefer to use just the same font across the entire magazine. Sometimes I combine two fonts, okay? I'm gonna select Proxima Nova Light, okay? And then I have a tagline, and you can write more text and more here, okay? And I'm gonna keep that text there. Right, it's looking good. Maybe I'm gonna select all these. I'm gonna move a little down to touch my margin. Okay, also I can select the picture, hold on the shift, select the shape, and I can move down or up is whatever you want, okay? And for one on the top, it's just a simple text that I create here. I put the logo, the company name, and the tagline, nothing too complicated. The only thing that I did, I duplicate the same shapes and I create those shapes there on top, okay? And the company name, that you can put whatever logo there, okay? I'm not planning to put the logo right now because we need more time to create the other pages, but you have a company logo, just place there the company logo, okay? All right, let's continue with the next page, okay?
Eugenia, we have one question. When you
Tell me.
font, how can you tell it has these options such as bold, light, etc.?
Okay, good question. Look at this. If I highlight a font, okay, I'm gonna go to the character here. If I start scrolling, you can see font that on the left, you have these brackets. You can open the bracket and you can see how many different styles you have on the font. okay? If you see fonts that you don't see the angle bracket on the left, it's a font that you don't have more styles, okay? I can open this one and have a lot of different styles, okay? That is the way. And also, if you are going to import a font from Google, in Google you can see how many styles you have on the font as well. For example, I'm gonna go here to the fonts.google.com, okay? And here I can select, for example, Roboto. I'm gonna select the first one. And look at that, this comes with a lot of different styles. And you can download that font. You can install in Mac or PC, and you can use in InDesign or any other software. It's pretty simple. Just download the font, double click on the install font, on the TTF font, that is the name of the file. TTF is the extension, or OTF, okay? It stands for Open Type Fonts or True Type Fonts, okay? If you have any question in the future, send me an email about fonts and I can answer you, all right? Okay, or feel free to answer questions here. All right, let's scroll down to the following pages, okay? Look at what we are going to do now here on these pages, guys, okay? Let's import images. Also, I'm going to pin this image that I have here, okay? Let's start with this part. All right, first I'm gonna place an image, okay? In order to do that, press the key F as in frame to select the rectangle frame tool, and I'm gonna select that, and I'm gonna create a rectangle on this area, okay? Create a rectangle like that with the rectangle frame tool. As soon as you finish, go back to the black arrow, all right? Okay, and then go to the File menu and select the option Place. And then select the image number 2 and select Open. All right, the image is huge. I am going to adapt that image to the container. What you have to do, go to the frame fitting icons and click on the first one. Okay, good question. What is the difference between the rectangle tool and the square tool, which is right beneath? Okay, I never use the one beneath, just for a simple reason. Whatever you do with one, you can do with the other one. They create this tool because, let's say, if you don't have the image already, okay, you can just create the rectangle. If you see an X, that means you have to place an image inside. And the other one, the only difference, if you create that, you don't see the X inside, okay? But why I can use that? The only thing that I don't like of the second one, the one beneath, is this. Let's say I would like to move this rectangle to the right. Click and drag. I can't. I have to select from the border. You see, that bothered me. Also, by default, comes with black border. I mean, there are too many things. I prefer to always use that the one with the X, okay? All right, let's continue. I'm gonna place the image number 2, okay? And then select here on the fitting option, the first icon, okay? And then the image is there. Then let's create here text on the bottom part. First step, press the key T as in Thomas to select the rectangle tool. I mean the text frame tool. Press the key T as in Thomas to select the text tool. And I am going to create a text frame like this, covering the entire thing, okay? And if you see here, I create a text box just for the title, okay? With the same fonts that I'm using here on the title here, this of the annual report, okay? All right. Before I type the title, I am going to change to 72 point, okay? I'm gonna type here, this is the title. I am going to highlight. I'm gonna change here to the Proxima Nova Condensed Light is the font that I'm using. And I am going to apply the color that I'm using. See the steps, guys? Okay, first step, type the text in 72 point that on the right. Second step, double check this guy is highlighted after you type the text. Go to the appearance and click on the fill and change the color. Okay. At this point, I believe I am going to continue using this title as a style across my entire document. One of the things that I recommend you to save this as a paragraph style, okay? As a paragraph style. How you can save this as a paragraph style? Just go to the properties panel, And here you have the plus icon, okay? Double check paragraph style is selected here, okay? And click on the plus. I'm gonna name this title and then enter, okay? Next time that you want to select a style, what you can do is just, let me show you. I can type, for example, this is another, okay? And then I can go just here and I can select the title there. And look at that. Now I have the same style. That is the idea of the paragraph style. All right, let's continue. Okay, I have this style. Then go back and select the selection tool, the top tool, the first one. And I'm going to shrink this a little bit. And if you notice here, I'm gonna create this text on the bottom part, okay? And I'm using the Proxima Nova Bold. All right, I am going to create a new text frame on this area, okay? And the cursor is blinking. Select the font that I want. I'm gonna select here Proxima Nova Bold. No condensed, just bold. If you don't have that font, guys, just select another one. You don't have to use the same font. It's not mandatory, okay? And if I see here on my design, the Proxima Nova is 16-point bold. Okay, and I'm gonna keep Proxima Nova, bold, and I'm gonna put here 16, 18 is there, but I can reduce a few points with these little arrows. Okay, all right, how you can write dummy text? Okay, what you can do is just the cursor is blinking there, and here all the way to the right down on the properties panel, all the way down, you have fill with placeholder text. Okay, if you click there, you're gonna fill with dummy text, which is nice, okay, if you want to see, instead to write dummy text, okay? Then I am going to highlight the whole text, and I like this text bold, but I would like to reduce a little the tint, okay? If you see the original, it's a gray. If I show you here, it's around 50% of black, okay? Let me show you how you can do that. First, highlight the text, then go to the appearance panel, click on the fill on the T, and you will see the text is black. And then here on this part, you can see tint. Click on the bracket to open the slider and reduce this to around 50. And then you can click on the fill again to collapse the panel. Again, just highlight the text, click on the T, double check black is selected, and reduce the tint to 50. Okay, and now if you see, the text looks nicer. All right, then here on the lowest part, I would like to add more text. That this one is going to be the body text. But before I do that, highlight the text again, and I am going to save this text as a intro text. Maybe I am going to use this again in the future. Okay, just go here to the paragraph style and click on the plus again, and I'm gonna call this one intro, and then enter, okay? Then I'm gonna create a new text frame here on the lowest part covering 2 columns like this, okay? And the cursor is blinking. And you said the text that I'm using here is Proxima Nova regular 10-point, okay? And I'm gonna do the same. I'm gonna highlight, I'm gonna put here Proxima Nova regular, okay? I have so many different styles on this one, okay? And I like that. Okay, regular, I'm gonna reduce to 10 points, okay? And I'm going to fill with placeholder text, okay? Beautiful, I have my whole text. Okay, then what I would like to do, I would like to divide in 2 columns that, okay? Instead to create 2 text frames on left and right, you can divide text in 2 columns, okay? How you can do that? First, what you have to do, you have to select the selection tool, the black arrow, guys, okay? Select the black arrow, please, there, okay? Click on the column as an object, okay? Do not highlight the text. You have to select the black arrow and click on the text. And then go here on the right, and you have all the way down that you have to scroll, you have text frame, and there you have the columns. Click there, and now you have 2 columns, okay? That is the way to do it. All right, then I am going to double click on the text to go inside again, and I am going to highlight everything, okay? Just from the top to the bottom, highlight everything. You can press Command A on Mac or Control A on PC if you want to highlight everything. Then a few things that I would like to do with the paragraph. Here on the paragraph, instead to align to the left and ragged on the right, I am going to justify the text with the last line justify to the left, okay? And also I'm gonna click on these three dots, okay, to create, to see more options. You see, click on the three dots, and I would like to increase the left line indent for the first line of every single paragraph, okay? All right, okay, perfect. I have my whole text, but I would like to include a graphic here, and I would like to reduce a little bit the size of the length of the text. In that case, I'm gonna get rid of a few text here on the bottom part, just highlight and just delete that text, okay? Look at this, guys. InDesign is not a great software to do data visualization. I mean, to create graphic charts, okay? I prefer to do that in Illustrator. Illustrator is awesome to do data visualization, infographics, and graphic chart, okay? But if you want to do something simple, I am going to show you right now, okay? All right, follow me on this. Look at this. First, I am going to select the rectangle tool, okay, because I would like to create a graphic chart, something super simple like what I see here, okay? And look at this. Look at the trick, guys. I would like to create different rectangles with the same separation between rectangles, okay? What I can do, I'm gonna create right here, then I'm gonna move to the left, okay? What I have to do is this, look at this. First step, select the rectangle tool. Second step, okay, I am going to create a big rectangle, but do not release the mouse. Do not release the mouse. Stay there, okay? And now with your left hand, I am going to use the arrows keys on my keyboard. Hit the right arrow many times of many columns that you want, okay? Like 4, 5, 6, or whatever amount of columns that you want, okay? I'm gonna create just maybe 4 columns, okay? All right, and then let it go. Perfect, okay? Second step. With the black arrow selected, okay, here on the transform panel, okay, you can see the width and you can see the height, okay? For example, let's say the height, I would like just 1 inch. I'm gonna enter, and every single rectangle is 1 inch, okay? And then what I can do, I'm gonna select the first rectangle, and if you want to be very accurate on the size, okay, what you can do, for example, first select the bottom reference point, okay? And let's say here, I would like the 1/8 of an inch, okay? You can type the number, or you can do math here. Look at this, this is pretty cool. I'm gonna go to the height here, and I am going to divide slash by 8, okay? And then enter. And you see you have the 1/8 of an inch, all right? I'm gonna repeat that. If the rectangle is selected, if the reference point is on the bottom, okay? Then just click here, okay? And you can divide with whatever number. For example, I'm gonna divide by 3 and then enter, okay? The second one, I am going to divide by 2, for example, okay? And the third one, I'm going to divide, okay, by, for example, I'm gonna just 1, and the last one, okay, I am going to multiply, which is asterisk, okay, I'm going to multiply by 1.5, okay? You see, and now you have a nice graphic there with exactly a number. Of course, you can do this in Excel, okay, and then you can import the file here, but just to let you know, you can do that here, okay? Then I am going to place text here. I'm gonna select my type tool, and I'm gonna do the same, guys, okay? I'm gonna click with the type tool, look at this. Click and then start dragging with the text tool, and with the right arrow key on my keyboard, 1, 2, 3, and now I have 4 text boxes, okay? And now I'm available to write text here. For example, this one is 2017. I'm gonna hit enter, okay? 2018, enter 2019, and then 2020, okay? I'm gonna highlight everything, Command A, I'm gonna center, okay? And then I'm gonna put here the same Proxima Nova to whatever font, for example, condensed medium, okay? And I have my text. Then I'm gonna select all the bars here and I'm gonna apply the fill color, for example, this one that I'm using, and you can apply a shade of colors here. I'm gonna select everything and I'm gonna put on this area. You see, that was the idea. Of course, you can add more style with different colors, okay. All right, what about on the right? This is very important, guys, because how you can import files from Excel, okay? There is something that is good and something that is bad. If you want, okay, oh, how you can make the space between the boxes smaller. All right, it's a little tricky that, okay? It is possible, but you have something that we call the gap tool. You can see the gap tool is here. The gap tool, you can move the gap between columns, okay? Or you can hold on the shift key, okay? You can move the gap like this, or you can move both gaps with the text as well. If you hold on the shift, you will move just the gap between the columns like this, okay? And also, if you hold on the command, you can close and you can open the space, okay? If you want like that, all right? That is the thing that you can do. All right, let's continue. I'm gonna place the image here and I'm gonna import Excel, okay? With Excel, it's a little something that's good and something that is bad, okay? Let me open Excel here. I'm gonna open the folder and I'm gonna double click on this, okay? What you can do, I can select this graphic, okay, with everything, and I can copy, I can go to InDesign, okay, here, and I can paste, all right? But you know, when you save this file and then you open again, okay, you will see a low resolution. But if I go here to the view display performance, I'm gonna select high quality display, you will see high quality, okay? And it's kind of good, depending, okay, depending of many options, depending of your computer, what is the option that you have for PDF, okay? But you know, instead to copy paste, okay, all right, I'm gonna copy paste, I'm gonna zoom, I can see high quality, but double check here on the view display performance, you have high quality selected. The display performance is just the way that you will see the graphic. It's not the way that you import. If you want to work faster in InDesign, you can select typical display. Doesn't mean the graphic is low quality. It's just to work faster in InDesign, okay? All right, you can copy paste the graphic, but the only thing, you can't change the number or the text, okay? Also, what you can do, you can export from Excel PDF, and that is great, okay? What about the text, okay? The text is a little different, okay? The text, what I recommend you to do, guys, is this. First, I am going to create a big text box here on this area, okay? And do not copy paste. You can, but it's much better if you place, okay? Look at this. I'm gonna close this, okay. With the text blinking, go here to the file, okay, and select the option place. One click, do not double click, do not hit open, one click, okay, on this, but select here showing per option. Because if you don't select that, you will import just the text and everything, okay? But if you select showing per option, I'm gonna select open, okay? And here, you can select the sheet that you want to import, okay? What I'm talking about, if I open here my Excel, okay? I'm gonna open the file again, okay? That is the sheet sales, okay? And I can select from the cell range. You can see A1 to L21 is recognizing everything. But what I want to import is from B15. In that case here, I'm gonna put here B15, okay? Up to this one, which is K21, no L. It's going to be K21, all right? And I'm gonna put here the capital B. All right, Perfect. And I'm gonna select a basic table, but without format, not with the same format of Excel, because I would like to add my own format. Okay, just select OK, and look at that. We have a table there that we can design, we can add, we can change the color, we can do many things. Okay. All right, how we can, perfect. All right, let's continue. I'm gonna zoom in here to show you how you can play with the table. First, I am going to highlight the whole table. Just position the text on the first cell, okay, and highlight everything, okay? And of course, I'm gonna use my Proxima Nova. In this case, I'm gonna select, for example, Condensed, okay? That is going to be much better than select, for example, Proxima Nova Condensed Medium, okay? Or maybe not medium, I'm gonna select just regular, all the white is too bold, okay? Then I'm gonna select just the first row, okay, and I'm gonna apply center. You see, you can center the text, okay? Here I have an error. I'm gonna select the revenue. I'm gonna delete one space, okay? And look at that. It's pretty good because you can center there, okay? And also I'm gonna select all the numbers, not the titles, and I'm gonna align to the right. You see, it's working, okay? Then I am going to select everything, okay? And I would like to change the space on every column. First, I'm gonna put my mouse here and I'm gonna shrink the first one. You see, in order to fit, you're gonna start shrinking a few ones, okay, like that. Okay, and now the entire cell is inside, okay? And here you have the table dimension, and I would like to stretch a little to the bottom. In order to stretch everything at the same time, just hold on the shift and look at this. You're gonna stretch this and you have everything there with all the numbers and it's looking good, guys, okay? There are many other things that you can do here on the table menu, okay? You can select, for example, here, the split cell. You can see you can merge cells. You can insert row columns. You can see also table option. This one is pretty cool. Alternating fields. Okay, table option, alternating fields. If you want to paint every other row, for example, I'm gonna go here. I'm gonna set the pattern every other row. Let's say I would like to paint with the same color that I'm using with a 20% of tint. Okay, and I'm gonna just select OK. And what's gonna happen, you will paint every other row, which is pretty cool, okay? Then I'm gonna select everything again, okay? All right, and here on the appearance on the top, all right, I'm going to reduce the size to maybe just 0.25, okay, the size of the stroke, okay? As you can see there, and now looks much better. You see, that is the idea to add table, guys. All right, I'm gonna finish. I'm gonna place the big pictures here on the top part, okay? The thing that I'm going to do is something similar of what we did. This is the answer, okay. I'm checking if I have questions. Okay, this similar of what I did here, okay? I am going to create a big textbook, a picture frame on the top part here. And I'm gonna go here to the file place. And I'm gonna place the image number 3. Okay? By the way, if you see this, it's because I had the showing port selected before. Okay? And then I'm gonna select the fill frame fitting option, the fill frame proportionally, and you have the picture there. If you see on my design, I have these big diagonal lines, okay? The only thing that you have to do, okay, is just select the selection tool. I'm gonna stretch this more here. I'm gonna fill frame proportional again, okay? And now I would like this diagonal line. How I can do that? Look at this. This is a little tricky, guys. This is a little tricky. Select the white arrow and click outside of the middle of nothing to deselect, and do this. Select just that corner, okay? And remember, you have to click and drag. Let me zoom in to show you again. Click and drag like this to select just that corner, okay? And then you can hold on the shift and move this guy up until you touch the other one, okay? There it is. okay? And then you can select the one on the right and move this one down until you have something that you like, okay? And of course, I can move manually. I'm gonna move this one around here. You can see, and you have the whole thing there, okay? You can see that is the idea. All right, remember, the last page is to practice, okay? You have all those things there that you can practice, and you can see the original document. You can add more shapes. I'm gonna show you the final design. Of course, we don't have in 1 hour a lot of time to do all this, okay? But here on this page is the idea is to practice, okay? And that's why I include the original document, guys, okay? Last step, I'm going to save this. I'm gonna select here, File, Save, the regular save, okay? I'm gonna call this one, for example, brochure. Okay, and I would like to PDF, okay? How you can PDF this? Just go to the File menu and select the option Export, okay? On the Export, here you have PDF Print or the PDF Interactive. The PDF Interactive will recognize if you have, for example, links, hyperlinks, okay? And the PDF Print is the correct one if you want to send, for example, to Staples, okay? I'm gonna select the PDF Print, okay? And here, everything is ready. High quality print is selected on the top, okay, and is ready, all right? I'm gonna select here, Export. And it's done, okay? Everything is done. The only thing you want to send the InDesign document to somebody else, the other option that you have is this one. Just select, go here to the File and select here, Package. If you select File Package, what's gonna happen, you will save in one folder the InDesign document, all the links, the font, and the PDF, everything in one folder if you want to move to another computer, okay? That is the entire idea of this. It was pretty fast, this part. I know maybe you can't follow me with all the steps, but then watch the videos, okay? And then I have other videos I am going to send you, okay, this video, and also you are going to receive another video and material, okay, that you have to, you can follow me in another video that I create for you guys. This is another type of brochure, okay? All right, guys, I hope you like this tutorial. Let me know if you have questions, okay? Please contact Samantha, okay? If you have questions for the classes, you are going to receive a link on the chat, okay? And about the contact form that you have to fill out to receive a discount. Okay, and Samantha, I don't know if you are there, if you can say something about anything.
Sure. So I'm here. So I hope that this gave you some introduction into the teaching style that Eugenio does within the Center for Professional Studies. I know for sure that this would help me in my job in creating a report, even just as a professional deck for myself. We're going to be sending out right now, it's a link on the bottom. And we are planning on opening up other program and content as well within the organization, and filling out this survey will give us a greater understanding of what is of interest. And of course, there is going to be a discount up to $200. So fill this out. I'll get your information. You'll be entering into our newsletter, and you're capable of receiving this recording along with the discount. And it's below in the comment thread. If you have any questions, you can of course reach out to Eugenio at the email. He'll put the email again in the chat box below for you guys. And we have the Calendly link set up. So if you want any one-on-one personal questions, maybe you're considering a career change. I was a technical recruiter. I'll be happy to speak to you about opportunities in the technical space, be it from a design aspect to more technical area, such as like front-end development, full stack. Be happy to answer any questions or concerns. So thank you so much for tuning in, and you have a great rest of the week.
Thank you guys for attending.
Bye.